Welcome to Back Breaking News, episode 336. Today's topic, if you don't know who I am, I'm Comic Cookie 73, and today's topic is going to be simple. In concept, it's going to be simple, but it's really not going to be that simple, in a way. So, I thought about what would I do if, let's say for some reason, I discovered an island, no one's on it, and I created my own country. How would I run it? What type of government would we be? What would the laws be? And I recently thought, I was like, first, what would the name of this country be? And I was thinking, what about I was thinking of something that, is cool. I was thinking about something that could be interesting. And I was like, what about the full government name would be the Council of Atlantis. But the country will be known as Atlantis. Also known because this island wasn't found, so it was basically like a lost place. So I was like, what would this place be called? Atlantis, I came up with. The country's name would be Atlantis, and like the city underwater, supposedly, in myths. So, the reason why it will be council is because there will be 10 different councils. There will be no president. There will be no political parties at all. That will be law. There will be no political parties by law. And basically, these council works together. It would be kind of like aldermans and stuff, and like the mayor. There would be like one who oversees everything, and one who would oversee law, one that would oversee medical stuff, one that would oversight food, one that would oversight, army, one that would oversight schooling, one would oversight finances. One would finance one would be one will be law. Oh, I already said law. Maybe there will be 6 counselors. Those will be the 6. The 7th one will be the head of all of them. And basically, the head of these council, the whole councils, is voted in every 2 years. The rest of the council once they get voted in, they're there till they die. Just to make things simpler. And the head of the council just basically makes sure everything else is applied. They have like the governor role in like the United States. But for a law or something to pass, they all have to agree, is this beneficial for everyone? So the reason why there will be no political parties by law in this country would be for no fighting, actually. Another law would be that schools had to stay away from anything political unless it's in a political class directly. We can't stop kids from talking about politics. But, it's important to learn. Civics and history will be taught there, of course. But we're going to stray away from a typical U.S. school by law. We will be focusing on math is important to know. Reading in early education, yes. But basic math, multiplication, and maybe till algebra is all you'll ever need to know. I'm not going to force people to learn calculus. There's no point. When am I ever, in my life, going to need to know what anything of calculus is? When am I ever going... Statistics, maybe we'll teach, because that's important to be able to know that. But still, at least statistics, you could be like, if you're watching sports, it will be less confusing. So, but it would teach everyone how to cook. By law, it will be in like a constitution that you have to have cooking classes. You have to take languages all years of your life in school, starting young at kindergarten, maybe sign language, and then maybe to 5th grade to 12th grade you introduce more complicated languages like Latin, maybe even Japanese, Spanish, Italian, Finnish, Dutch. So pretty much, the first laws will be, and also learning how to drive each year. We're going to start off small, then driver's ed will be allowed to be taught in high schools and stuff. That will be the big difference. Driver's ed and other things. But yeah, basically, another law from the start is you're not allowed, there will be no alcohol, no smoking. All that stuff will be banned from day one. No alcohol, no beer, no nothing, no cigarettes, vapes, any of that. Also, at schools we won't force healthy eating on people. We'll be like, this is your choice, it's your life. If you want a healthy option, here's the healthy option. But we will encourage the healthy option, because who doesn't want to live a long, healthy life, But you don't have to get it. There will be an unhealthy option as well. But we will more encourage the healthy. I think that's what... And I mean, I feel like also, workplaces and work at schools will have religious days off for people of multiple different religions. So you're allowed to take your holidays off with them not making everyone have to stop going to school. Because that just adds more days you have to go. But it is what it is, so everyone's happy. And that's basically it. Goodbye.